The Blue and Gray Deluxe game offers several optional rules to enhance realism in gameplay. One of the more interesting is also one of the most overlooked, the use of entrenchments. The American Civil War was arguably the first modern war for several reasons. Its use of railroads to move large number of troops, the first extensive use of rifled muskets, and how entrenchments were utilized, which predated World War I by a half century. What follows are the optional rules for creating entrenchments. Entrenchment markers are provided in the game to signify which units have created earthworks for defensive purposes. A unit that has not moved during its game turn may start digging an entrenchment. Place an entrenchment marker on that unit. The unit may not attack during the combat phase of that turn, nor may it defend during the enemy's next combat phase. If it is forced to defend, the entrenchment marker is removed and it must start over. Units that lose command control may not start or complete an entrenchment that was started on the previous movement phase. If command control was lost during the first movement phase, the entrenchment marker is removed. Once an entrenchment is constructed, it remains in place for the remainder of the game, and it can be used by both sides. Entrenchments do not inhibit movement, and they are omnidirectional in its effect. Entrenched units in clear hexes will have their combat strength doubled on defense. Entrenched units in towns, rough, or forest hexes will have their defensive combat strength tripled. Entrenchments cannot be constructed in forest rough hexes. Units in entrenchments may attack enemy units, but they receive no combat bonus and attack only with their printed unit strength. Entrenchments do not count against stacking limits. This means that 2 units may occupy a hex with an entrenchment and receive its defensive benefits, even if only 1 unit constructed the entrenchment. Fully built entrenchments that are abandoned remain in place. Units of both sides may move over them with no penalty. If a unit ends their movement phase in a hex with an entrenchment, it is considered entrenched. When using the dummy unit rules, dummy units cannot build entrenchments. A real unit that is covered may build an entrenchment, but his opponent may demand that the cover be revealed to show whether it is a real unit or not. Entrenchments became a big part of the American Civil War in its latter stages, most notably the Siege of Petersburg, when both sides ringed the city with entrenchments and fortifications. But they could have been used much earlier in the war, and the entrenchment rule in the Blue and Gray Deluxe game allows you to do so. Thank you for watching. You can find more videos on how to play games, along with rules explanations, play examples, unboxings, and more when you subscribe to the Seek Out and Play YouTube channel. In addition, there is a monthly Speak Out and Play podcast which is posted on the Seek Out and Play YouTube channel on the last Wednesday of each month. The audio version comes out 48 hours earlier on Buzzsprout and Spotify. At least one new video is released every week, so I will see you next Wednesday.